Okay, let's talk about this. Last week I uploaded a video explaining why PS4 or PS5 does not have Skate 3, or matter of fact, any PS3 game. And there are a few comments that sprung up that I'd like to talk about. And basically, this video is, who do we point the fingers to? Is it EA or is it Sony? Starting with this comment saying that it's EA's fault for not porting it to the next generation of PlayStations. Which also combines with this statement saying that it could have been a remaster if EA put time into it. To start off with, yes, it can be EA's fault for not porting it for the future generation consoles. But never in EA history have they future-proofed their game and ported it to the next. It was always done by a remaster. There are EA games that are in between two consoles only because the next generation of consoles came out and they're still having to make it for the previous generation. Skate 3 came out at a time where it was mid-PS3 Xbox 360 era, and we have no idea what a PS4 and an Xbox One looked like. So the other option is a remaster, but let's look at the list of remasters they've done, like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and Burnout Paradise. So now, some of you guys might ask, but what about Dead Space? What about Star Wars? What about Command & Conquer? First off, Command & Conquer, PC-only game. Star Wars Battlefront and Dead Space were remakes. Remade for the intention of improving the already existing game for newer hardware. The only reason why Need for Speed and Burnout got a remaster was because it was made by the same studio that made the originals, Criterion. Now, if you wanted a remaster of the game for Skate 3, you would have to have Black Box. But Black Box got shut down by EA, so yes, that's another point towards EA why Skate 3 isn't on PS4 or PS5. Well, why can't Full Circle do it? Because they're already making the next game. Well, why don't they hire more people into the studio so they can remaster Skate 3? Well, then that also faults on EA. But for right now, EA is barely giving a chance for Full Circle to make a Skate game. Cuz even said so himself. This is it. If they mess up now, no more Skate games ever coming out of EA. Another possibility why there is no remaster is because of licensing issues. A game like Skate 3 that does have their own original soundtrack, but mainly the soundtrack is consisted of other people's music. This reason in particular is why Skate 2 isn't available on the Xbox Digital Store. Criterion just happened to get lucky twice. And what about a remake? Why would they remake a game that already exists when they're already trying to work on the next one? Well, why didn't they remake it sooner? Well, that's because money talks, and the money says that skateboarding games are not as in anymore. Or at least that's what the CEO of EA said in 2010. It wasn't until a change of leadership and the mass spam on EA's Instagram account about Skate 4 is where they finally caved in to allow Full Circle to do their thing. The reason why I say it's Sony's problem is because I want PlayStation to experience what Xbox players are experiencing, using your old disc that you probably got from 2010 and inserting it into your new console that you've already have. So jailbreaking your PlayStation 3 isn't an option for these people who have already sold their PS3 and have moved on to the next PlayStations. But what about modding your PS4 and just running a PlayStation 3 emulator? One, I don't know if that's possible, and two, this is for the everyday gamer. Not everyone wants to sit around and try to figure out how to mod their console, they just want to play games. Okay, but what about PS3 streaming games that are offered for PlayStation Plus users? Well, unfortunately, that option is region locked. Not everyone can experience PS3 cloud streaming games. And asking casual gamers to buy a VPN just to play one game is not going to happen. Which then leads me to this comment, because this person actually has a valid point, which is EA is in cahoots with Xbox Microsoft. Looking back at those PS3 cloud streaming games, there are no EA games for you to play and or download. EA Play only exists on Xbox, not PlayStation. There's a lot of EA games you can get if you have Xbox Ultimate due to the contract that they have. So PlayStation users are in the mud. Another tally towards EA for not having Skate on the PlayStation. But why do I keep saying it's Sony's issue to fix? I say it's Sony because I believe that they can get the game into the players' hands faster than waiting for the contract between EA and Xbox to end. And if and when Sony does get to this issue, you best believe that any game that got a Greatest Hits award will be one of the first games to experience PS3 games on the newer PlayStation consoles.